Welcome to an unboxing of Frontier Wars. The box is actually already open, so it's more of a what's in the box, as I like to say. This is obviously a war game, period game, one of the world wars on Earth. As you can see by the picture that on the front, you can see some airplanes flying overhead in the sky. It has a bit of a matte finish to it. It's by Eclipse Editorial and Van Ryder Games. I do like the artwork on the front, evocative. You can see them in the trenches or out of the trenches, coming out of the trenches, fighting across that land in between trenches. So that's Frontier Wars, the front. I'm going to tip it on its side. Let's have a look at that side first of all, the bottom side. Flip it over, we can see the different factions that you have in Frontier Wars, and you can put it on your book gaming shelf, board gaming shelf, that way up. It's for 2 to 4 players, 30 to 120 minutes or 2 hours, for ages 12 and above. Which way am I going? This way, I believe. So FW, the logo, and again, same thing that side. On the underside, we can see how it would look on a table when you're gaming with your 4 players on a 4-player map. You can see it's hex-based, and these are the models that you get in there, which we'll look at in a moment. A little bit of a blurb up the top, and the game contents on the side. Let's flip that over and open it up. Off it comes. On the inside, just the cardboard. Put that off to one side. Now, as I said, this has been opened. We see the contents that we get here. We get a whole lot of hexes, and these have all been punched out of punch board. Let's have a look at a couple of these. So let's go look at this one first. We've got Victory on one side. I have put them into plastic bags. Victoria, Sieg. There we go. And the same on the other side, we can see there. We have cream models, looks like British to me, with the tokens that come out of there, 4 tokens there, and little smaller tokens to represent your British Army, as well as a flag or 2, which you can put on your tracker boards and elsewhere in the game. We got a green army there, it looks like the United States. We have a dark sort of grey charcoal colour army there. It looks like the Germans. And I will open one of these, but they are all identical, but I will open one of them so we can see them in a bit closer detail. Just letting you know that the models for each, I think, are identical, but I will double check that they look identical for each of them, so there's no variation. I believe, maybe there might be some slight variation. There is, I believe, some slight variation. So we are going to have to look at each of these a little bit more closely. Red for the Soviets there. Okay, so let's open this pack up and put them all out carefully. I'm going to have to put them away. That is the tank model that you can see there. Put that there. We have army model there. We've got 3 infantry on that model. Come on, come into focus. It's a bit hard to see. Bit of quiet noise in the background. We have an airplane model. They are very small, obviously deliberately so. We have our buildings, side victory points are the stars. It's a factory, so it's 2 stars, and that's when it's destroyed on that side. I will get some of the other things out. So where we've got the flag, come out flag. So if I bring them up, you can see the flag and the other marker. Flag is double-sided marker, single-sided. Or 2 sides, not the same on both sides. HQ, the destroyed side. I've forgotten what that was as well. Some sort of military outpost, destroyed side, and another one of those that is there. That is the Red Army. Let's have a look at the German Army. So a lot of minis. I don't know if you can paint these, really paint these up. I'm going to compare the tanks for both of these two armies, see if there is actually any difference between them. And no, I don't think there is. So I take back what I said. There is no difference between them, but I will go through some of the others just to check. The planes, again, no difference between them. And finally, the infantrymen. One thing I didn't show you actually was the artillery. So you can see the artillery there. That can go down. You can see the wheels on that. You can paint them up if you want. A little bit too fiddly for my liking personally. Yes, and just looking at these again more carefully now. Now I know the nuance, the differences to look for, and they are all the same there. So I'm not going to open up any more of those packs. Let's have a look at some of these. So this is looks like water or bridge crossing tiles of some sort to delineate something. So we get a number of those in the pack. Let's bring them out so we can see how many more. There we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those. We have, this has a little expansion to it as well, which has trucks, which enable you to transport, I think, your artillery. Let's see, artillery, and also allow you to transport one artillery and or one infantry with our trucks, and you get 2 of those per army. Put that over to that side. We have here, it looks like some sort of buildings, HQ sort of buildings there. We've got a star there. I don't know if this is like an upgraded version. I did get it on Kickstarter, so I'd have to look at that, but we do have quite a few of those and slightly different models as well. Hopefully they match some of the pictures that we saw before. But definitely see one of these here. I'll open up the pack. I don't know why I continue to show it through the plastic. That's not what this is about. So you can see there the stars on some of them. I got one there. So it looks like 2, maybe 3 different types of building. There's another one. Let's see if we can get the 3 different types. So 1, 2. What else do we have? Got that one already. We've got this one, number 3, and that's all that I can see now that I put them down off to one side. That's all that I can see that we have there. So 3 different building types in those models in that packet there. We have some more punched out card representing different things. So I think these are the medals that you earn, the victories that you earn. And we have that side 1, that side none, I guess. Maybe that's 1. But I know you earn these in the game. I have played the game. These, I think these might be like sandbag type of things that you put on the edge of hexes to protect units. Might be impenetrable sort of barrier type of thing. So those are some of the components we get. And the cardboard is a good quality. You know, that is quite sturdy. I'm putting a little bit of pressure on that. Not greatly, because I know that I could break it if I choose to, but I'm not choosing to, obviously. But it is a good quality and quite resilient in that sense. We have a whole lot of hexes here, and these are double-sided. And you can put them, obviously, on the board. Let's just go through them. That's worth a victory point. We have here what looks like, is that a city? I think that was a city, not an airfield. So we've got a city there. Allows you to draw 1 extra card if you control that one. And just a lake on the other side. Another city, blank on that side. This allows you to have 1 extra card in hand. Let's center that a bit more. Apologies, airfield, worth a victory point. Blank on that side. Blank, 1 victory point. Blank, 1 victory point. Communications, I'm not too sure what that icon is for. We have a river running through a city, and it looks like you can take either side of that. And again, same thing on that side, river running through a city. So same on both sides there. That one's worth 2 victory points, bit of a lake, bit of a township. Flip it over, and we have a city worth 2. We have a coastal region, harbour, with ships. Not too sure what that symbol means. And then we have something similar on the other side, slight variation in the picture. We have at sea with a couple of ships, actually with a couple of ships that aren't damaged versus are damaged on the other side. Just a sea tile and a land tile with lakes. Let's have a look at these other tiles that we have here. An airstrip on the reverse side, blank. Another airstrip worth 2 this time. Other side is blank. That side's blank. Bit of a sand theme on that one, blank. And I don't know what you'd call that. Well, just write in the comments if you know what you think that is. Worth 1 victory point anyway. Blank sea tile and blank land tile. Blank sea, land tile with lake. Blank sea and land tile with lakes. Blank land tile, a city tile worth 1, city tile worth 1. Sea with an island on it. Blank land, and another blank land this time. This one's worth 1 victory point, the other side's worth none. Blank land on that, and blank land worth 1. Blank land worth 1. On reverse we have blank land. On this one we have a city worth 1 victory point and a blank land on the reverse. That's interesting, sort of like thematically, it looks like a blast has happened from that corner. It's blank, we'll call that. An airstrip worth 1. Bit of marsh, swampy area, I'm going to call that one. On the reverse it's blank. Getting to the end of these tiles now, we have a blank sea tile and a blank land tile. Another marshy area, blank on that side. And finally we have a city worth 1 and blank on the reverse side there. Now these are tuck boxes. They came, I do remember these came flat. So I had to like just fold them up and put them together. Not exactly that hard to do. In these, I've got all the cards. So the cards, I put 1 in each box, 1 set. This set is actually a mixed set. So they're sort of the leftover unsets, if we can call it that. So let's have a look at these cards. 1, 2, 3 of those blue. 2 of them have the infantry down the bottom, and on the reverse side they look pretty much identical. If I flip them over, there we go. Until we get to this end, we start getting Frontier Wars logo. Then we get that sort of marksman logo. They look like player aids to me. It is actually for 2 to 6 players, not 2 to 4. I think it's set on the box because we've got the expansion as well, and Frontier Wars as well. Let's turn these over again as I was going to show you. So we don't need to look at the backs anymore. We can see the blue there, blue with artillery. We've got red. That's not artillery. Red. Oh, yeah, that's artillery. Red with a tank, and looks like you can draw a red or green card. Infantrymen and tank. We have weather effects, and they do have a blue side and I don't know what you'd call that side. Let's go through Chile, and I'll turn it around so you can read that. Clear day, and that's the other clear day. We have another clear day there. They are identical. We have cloudy, and on the other side, cold, and we flip that. 2 of those, extreme cold. You can pause that and read it, giving you some time there to do that. 2 of those, we have heavy rain. And the flip side, we have hot, 2 of those. And flip that one around. We have light rain, and the flip side, rain, just rain, not light rain, obviously, just rain. And the flip side, repeat effect. There you go, repeat last month's weather card. Sunny. We have very hot. And the other side of the flip side there. That's those cards. So these are player aids. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 2 there. So it might have to be shared between the players. This lets you know initiative order. They're identical on that side. There you go, they've got that little thing on the reverse side. So player aids there. Some more player aids, this time 1 per player. That's good. That tells you a bit about movement, initiative for attack, initiative for defense for each of the units that we've got there. And the reverse side, the turn sequence when you're playing the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yes, they are all the same. This card is, if you win the game, you're supposed to hold that up, take a selfie of yourself and upload it to one of those 3 social media platforms. So that was that tuck box. I'm going to put that over there. Let's have a look at the cards in this next tuck box. And they are the blue cards. Blue cards are defense orders, as you can see at the top there. And they'll have that FW logo on the back. So let's go through these. Anti-tank troops, ceasefire, decoy, experienced officer, ambush ×2, artillery reinforcements ×2, civilians, counter-attack ×2, fighters, fog ×2, there are 2 fighters as well, machine gun nest, 2 of those, precision shot, strategic advance, civilians, infantry reinforcements, 2 of those as well, 3 of those in fact, retreat, 2, 3 of those, withdrawal, 3 of those. So those are the defense cards. They can go back in that tuck box. Let's pull out this one, see what we've got here. So we've had defense, we need attack, and so I think the general orders might be the other one. Nothing left in that box. So these are the attack orders. We have air reinforcements, artillery reinforcements, commandos, infantry reinforcements, technological breakthrough, blitzkrieg ×2, break enemy lines, 2 of those, experienced officer, 2 of those, field medic, 2 of those, howitzer, 2 of those, logistics advancement, 1, 2 of those, night attack. I like the fact it's all in darkness there, the picture, and I like the pictures on these, that they are evocative. I should stop and have a look at them and go through a few more of them. I do like doing that when I'm playing the game though. Poisonous gas, 2 of those, sharpshooter, tank reinforcements, amphibious movement, 2 of those, 3 of those, mass production, 3 of those, plutonium, 3 of those. They can go back in the box. Put that up. Final box to have a look at. What are they called, these? I can't remember. Tactical orders, that's what they are. Okay, we have bribe, counterintelligence, severe storm, enigma, crazy scheme, communication breakdown, 1, 2 of those, provisioning, 2 of those, sabotage, 2 of those, scientists, 2 of those, spy, 2 of those, strategic advantage, 2 of those, supply shortage, 2 of those, tabloid propaganda, 2 of those, confusion, ×2, building or repairing, ×2, 3 even, supplies, 3 of those, minefield, 3, 4 of those minefields. Okay, almost there with this box. There is a lot in it. So it is a fun, easy game. I really do like this game. If you're a fan of Memoir 44, you might like this one as well, because it is one of those easy war games. We have boards for each of the players. We have USSR. I believe, even though there are two sides, they are different on each side. Let's see, army skills, survival, starting cards, 0 cards, 2 artillery, 2 infantry, 1 headquarters. Yep, so different starting resources that you get with them. So this is side B, and the other one is side A that we can see there. So side A and side B, it's 2 different starts for each army. So that's the USSR. There's side B of the United States and side A of the United States. Let's go to Germany, side A, and then side B. Again, you can pause these and look at them a bit more leisurely. Side A for Great Britain and side B for Great Britain. We have a little mat for when we have battles. We place miniatures on here and work out casualties. There's a casualty priority order there, the way they're removed. Tells you there about the battle, so you can pause that, have a look. On the reverse side, I think it's exactly the same. We have a place for all those cards, or the tuck boxes we can place there, and then draw them out as we want to draw them, either attack, defense, or tactical. You can see they match up the colors. If you want to just go back and have a look at the video, you can see they're all color-coded, red, blue, and green. You might remember that. And finally, turn order and the number of victory points that you've got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this double-sided? It is double-sided, and I think it's exactly the same order. That looks exactly the same order for both sides. So they are the player mats. Getting there. We have a battle rulebook. So I put that on the bottom, obviously, so it's flatter and doesn't bend. It is a nice production. Has everything you want, including scenarios at the back there. Let's just go through this quickly. The battle rulebook. You can see their introduction. Nice little index that you can see there. The game contents. Selecting your armies, the game setup, and then actually playing the game sequence that goes on there. Some nice examples. There is a lot of information. The font is slightly smaller than you get on a lot of rule books, but still very legible, even for a person like myself. We can see there. We go in. Tells you a little bit more about the special tiles. You can play team games and random maps if you want. Mission book, that's here. So these are the missions. Tells you again about the tiles, a little bit more about each of the tiles that are there. So you can see here a beginner map, including victory conditions. In this case, 10 victory points or 15 research points. Again, another beginner 2-player setup, 3-player setup, a 4-player setup, and then we get into some more setups that you can have, not for beginners. So they involve a few more different tile types and terrain types, which will add variation to your game and the way you play it, the way you battle, and a special scenario at the back. There's a special scenario. Leningrad's Siege. There's the setup. We have special 2 versus 1 scenario, a special river scenario. Those are those little tiles with the rivers that we saw before. And another special river scenario. Another one, a team game. Looks like 2v2. And create your own scenario and then photocopy it and pass it on or share it. So now we have second to last little pamphlet. This is the trucks expansion I was talking about when we saw those trucks earlier. Here they are, those trucks. Just tells you about that in multiple languages, English, Espanol, and Deutsch. So Spanish and German as well. So it tells you the optional rules that you can use for the trucks that are there. Just a nice easy leaflet. And as my voice is starting to go, just a flyer to show 2GM Pacific. Are you ready for a new challenge there? And same on both sides there. That is all that's in the box. That's there, absolutely nothing else in the box. Put everything on that front logo. Let's see if I can, oops, that's coming out there. I'll put those just quickly back because I like being a little bit organized, bit too organized for my own good at times, but not totally. I'd definitely have a way to go. Put that on top. There we go. Frontier Wars. That was what's in the box of Frontier Wars. Thank you very much for joining me going through that. So you can see what is in the box for Frontier Wars. It's a good little game. Highly recommend going getting it if you just want a nice, easy war game if you're into that sort of thing. Please hit that subscribe button, the like button as well, and share with your friends. As always, enjoy your gamings. My name is LeMonde, signing off. Thank you for joining me.